1035 WICY, your feel-good favorites from the 80s and more. It's John Kazar, joined by Jennifer Shull with Aliside Medical Center. She's a pediatric nurse practitioner there, and she's been on plenty of times now. And Jen, now that I know how much you do know, or looking back, I have a lot more questions ahead, but I think we're going to start today just with a simple conversation about sun safety, in particular for children.
So my biggest things to hit home on are making sure you're using sunscreen on sunny days and cloudy days, because we can get sun exposure even through those clouds. We should try to limit our sun exposure from 10 to 4 p.m., so 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., if you can. Big things to look for when you're buying sunscreen. Should be broad spectrum. An SPF 30 to 50 is ideal. Try to apply sunscreen 15 to 30 minutes before you go out. Okay. And make sure you're reapplying sunscreen about every 2 hours or after each water exposure.
And now, is that because the water does something, the gleam, or it actually amplifies? You know what I'm trying to say?
So after water exposure, the big things are when you get out, you often towel dry, so you're actually removing some of the sunscreen. So that's why we should reapply after water exposure. Oh,
that makes perfect, obvious sense right there. Now, you say a broad spectrum. Now, different skin types, do they need different types of screen?
There's not any specific evidence to say that, so that's why I say broad spectrum SPF 30 to 50. More than SPF 50, we haven't really found enough to say that it's going to do any more than that SPF 50.
Okay. No, that makes perfect sense. We have some data on it. Now, going back to the cloudy day, there's some times where cloudier days, the rays can still be stronger than when the sun's full blast. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and we often lose track of how much time we're actually out there.
Right.
Because we don't think about the sun bothering our skin, and then you get home at night and you're like, "Wow, I'm red. I'm a little burned." And the sun wasn't even really directly on me.
I know. And I guess you didn't we live and we learn. But and another thing I want to know is that depending how young you are, is your skin more sensitive versus older people?
I would say yes, because our youngest babies, we don't encourage SPF use in 6 months and under.
Okay.
So those babies should be in the shade, lightweight clothing with long sleeves pants, a wide brimmed hat, and if you can get your baby to wear some baby sunglasses with that 99% UV protection, that is huge. So yes, our skin's just very sensitive, and older adults are very sensitive to the sun exposure.
Okay, so it's the extreme. It's the one way or the other, the very young, the very old, that we need to be particularly cautious about, I guess is a good way to put it. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, how small and precious babies are. Well, so is their skin, so you got to make sure you take extra care of it. I think that's important. Yeah. Jennifer Shull is with us on behalf of Aliside Medical Center. And Jen, finish off this little discussion we're having on sun safety.
So our big things, obviously kids sometimes do get sunburned. So when your kids sunburn, use cool water. Use Tylenol for kids under 6 months, Tylenol Motrin for over 6 months. Push lots of water. And when in doubt, call your pediatrician for questions.
Beautiful. And people can give you a call anytime, Jen?
Absolutely.
All right. What's that number?
518-481-2600.
All right, Jennifer Shull with us, just one of various guests we have here on behalf of Aliside Medical Center, an update out of there. And thanks again, Jen.
You're welcome.
It's 1027-1035 WICY inside the community.